Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Filmmaking with. I'm Dylan. So, right now, I'm just gonna start by the sponsor part of the channel. So, of the episode. So, today we released both Battle for Diratia update, the Queen's Visit scenario that we played last week, a trailer for. And we also released the Roman Legion miniature set. So let me give you a look at this. So this is a sneak peek of what the miniature set looks like. And you can now get it on My Mini Factory for 65% off with the code EMPEROR. So if you go in the description below and go and get our miniatures, you can get them for 65% off now. So now that this is done, I also want to give a congratulations to Zach for his great song of Among Us that he did for us. So if you haven't listened to it, go and listen to the song. It's really cool. So without further ado, we are going to start this episode.
Hi everyone and welcome to Filmmaking with. I'm Francis. You have Dylan that you've already saw today, and with us our guest of the day, Bobby Coston. How are you?
Doing pretty good, man. Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for being here. I actually loved your movies, so
Appreciate that.
it's great to have you. So we're going to start right off by showing you the movie why you're all here tonight, which is WAM.
Wham.
I'm being chased by a man. He's trying to kill me.
Okay, ma'am. Where are you located?
He's wearing all black, and I can't see his face.
He's a black man. Are you sure he's not just lying to all this?
What?
Ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Oh, please, let me in. Someone's trying to kill me. Are you fucking serious?
I'm sorry, ma'am, okay, but it's a state mandate. Okay, I don't.
Somebody's trying to kill me, please.
Okay, look, relax. I'm gonna need you to relax.
No, I need to relax.
Yes. Relax.
No, I'm not.
Hey, relax.
How about you fucking wear a mask?
This is amazing.
Thanks, guys. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. It was amazing making it.
Yeah, I love the post credits.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
Sorry? All right, then, man. Have a good day.
It's great.
Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it.
So,
Had to add my own little Marvel flair, the post credit.
yeah, it was yeah. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. when you
And
just
it's
pointed
perfectly
the
executed.
yeah.
That was the plan. Good. I was hoping nobody would, everybody would be like, oh, it's over. And then boom, oh, wait, there's more,
Actually, well, my first question would be, was he tall, the guy with the mask? Because he looks huge.
No, but yeah. So Noah's like an actual bodybuilder in real life. Which it was by stroke of luck that we even found him, just because of the way we did our casting. But as far as tall, he's probably about the same height as me. Maybe a little bit shorter or taller, like give or take, just a little bit.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
he looks huge, actually, pretty
Yeah.
wide for sure, but you did a really good job with the angles.
Thank you. Yeah, I would say he's like 6 foot. So yeah, we tried to go low angles for him to make him look bigger than life.
Well, it did work. I got the Jason feel out of him.
Yeah, that was what we were going for. So good.
Okay, so before we dig a bit deeper, where are you from exactly?
So I'm from Oklahoma City. So I'm based out of Dallas, Texas, but I was born in Oklahoma City. I kind of grew up in Texas though. So
Okay.
probably claim that more at this point.
When did you start making movies?
Probably like real deal films. I've been making videos for quite a while. I've probably been making I started off making skits. I've been making skits since about 2014, right around when I graduated from high school. But I've been making movies for probably about a year now. Eden was actually my very first like full deal film that I directed and did all that for, and that was just last year, so about a year.
Well, that's pretty good. Well, I've known some people who did multiple short film in a year, and they weren't that good.
Well, I had a lot of practice, so yeah, I study this stuff like every day, and then like I said, the videos, me doing the skits before was kind of like practice for me. So I guess you could say I've technically made films since 2014, but like actual real written script and everything like that, not till like last year.
Okay. Actually, someone, Emilio asked, he says, I wonder if our boy Bobby could work with Crypt TV in some of their horror projects.
You know what? One of my films, Cycle, the lead in that film, my boy Ezekiel JB, he actually did a film with Crypt. So that is definitely a big possibility. I would love to. And I kind of have he has the connections to that. So, I mean, that's something that could be possible.
Well, I hope for you that it's going to happen.
Are you trying to do that? Do you have something in mind for that, or?
I don't. I'm working on making a pilot that we're hoping to pitch to network in the future, hopefully, based off of Eden. But if they hit me up, I definitely would not say no. And I have some ideas that they would actually probably benefit from, to be honest. I have a couple scripts written that they might like. So if they watch it, hit me up.
Well, for sure, this is something that I want to show tonight, Eden, at some point, because that's the first film I watched from you. And actually, yeah, WAM was a perfect fit for Friday the 13th.
I thought so too. I thought it'd definitely be that good vibe.
Yeah, I would have loved to have that on the 31st of October. Would have fit too.
Yep, true.
But it's a good thing to have it tonight. Yeah, someone says he got some Michael Myers vibes in that walk.
Oh, yep. I was trying to get every like big serial killer in one kind of deal. So.
Well, yeah, that's actually pretty scary to think about that. Who would you say is your biggest inspiration in filmmaking?
Good question. I mean, honestly, at the very moment, just because that's kind of what I'm basing the style of my next idea off of, is probably Jordan Peele. I kind of like the psychological element of the horror that he's going for. Um, yeah, I'd probably say Jordan Peele right now. I couldn't really think of anybody else really that's influenced me more than that. Maybe, and I can't think of his name, but the director of the Haunting series on Netflix, like Bly Manor and The Haunting of Hill House. I think Mike Flanagan. I think that's his name.
I
Yeah.
think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Flanagan's he has really good style and taste.
What's your favorite
we have a
movie of Jordan
question.
Peele? Oh, yeah.
We have a question from Misting Wolf, who asks, how long did WAM take to film?
In all, 2 days of principal production. Each day was from like 8 p.m. to probably about 1 o'clock. Actually, the second day was a lot faster. The second day is when we did so everything was kind of shot in order. So the first day we shot the outside stuff, and then the second day we were pretty much all inside and we did all the restaurant stuff. But then we had one pickup day where we went out there for a couple hours just to get some more stuff out in the woods, because it's really hard to shoot outside when it's wet and it's kind of just bugs and animals everywhere at night, and there's no lights, and when you have a small crew and no budget, so it was imperative that we get that one makeup.
On that, what was your budget and how much crew was on set with you?
So our budget was like $500. That's it, and we went over about like $100, and that was really just for props and everything. As far as gear goes, as you guys can kind of see over here, I kind of have
you have a is that a Blackmagic?
Yep, sure is.
A 4K?
Blackmagic, yes, 4K. Yeah, so that was the bad boy that we shot on. Luckily, my co-director, he had a Blackmagic as well, so we had two for the shoot. Yeah, I mean, most of the gear that us combined, we had everything. And then we just had a really dope, amazing crew. Like, just in all, everybody came through and kind of put their shine on things. Everybody had a very specialized field, which is really great. And even Noah, the guy who played the killer, he kind of donated a little bit of gear to us too, because he also makes films. So he's just kind of like one of those blessings in disguise. But yeah, I mean, budget was super small.
In disguise.
Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, I mean, the only thing that really came out of pocket for was crafts, like food and props, the bats and the mask and all that good stuff.
Yeah, people don't realize how much craft costs.
They don't at all, because we didn't with such a small crew and such a micro budget film. We literally were just having like chips and drinks and like I shout out to my crew, man, because they really worked hard for pretty much nothing. So but I mean, we made a great film, so I mean, I think that speaks for itself.
Yeah, it was actually pretty great.
Thank you.
So my question was, what's your favorite movie from Jordan Peele?
Definitely Get Out. I mean, I know that's probably the cliche thing to say, but geez, man, have you seen the movie? I've seen it 18 times.
No, I haven't.
Like, you haven't seen? No, you're lying.
No. He doesn't like horror films.
I'm not a big horror fan, so.
Well, it's not really scary. It's more, like I said, psychological, but it's really good.
Yeah, I love psychological. I'm actually in the process of writing 2 feature of psychological horror.
Really?
It's
difficult, huh?
Oh crap! Yeah,
it's difficult because it's so hard, you got to be smarter than everybody in the film, so it's definitely a challenge.
Misting Wolf is also saying that he really appreciated the makeup on her during WAM. It's just a perfect touch. It's not over the top. And I think it's really well executed as well. And another thing I told you while the film was playing is I really like how intelligent you made her. Like
Wow.
contrary to a lot of films, the first thing we see her do is call the
Oh
cops.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
nah.
she finds a place that is public, well lit, and she goes there. So also amazing.
Yeah, at first I was like, yeah, 2 people's gonna die tonight, but nope. Only the one not
Nah.
wearing a mask.
I should have had her just like fall and just stay there for like 5 seconds and him come, and then it'd be like some little. But no, I mean, like, I guess that's one of the great things that I like about horror movies is when they do their best to make their characters smart and not like ridiculously like blonde or very like, you know what I mean, like very ditzy, like they just kind of like, oh, well, I'm just gonna pick up this knife. Oh my gosh, there's a monster around the corner, I'm just gonna stay here and maybe hide, you won't see me. You know what I'm saying? I try to give my characters a little bit more logic just because it doesn't insult the audience.
Or
Yeah,
I
the
hear
best-
something strange and I go towards it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
And
why
I go at it backwards,
yeah,
climbing down the stairs in the
and then
basement.
it's right behind you and you turn around and you're like, oh my gosh, I did not expect you to be there. Like, what would you expect to happen?
Why did I turn on the lights?
Exactly. And so I just really wanted to give the audience a little bit more credit, to have when people watch it, for them to be like, oh, I would have done that too. Because, you know, a lot of people when they watch scary movies, they always say, man, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? I know a lot of times I'm screaming at the television. Me and my girlfriend, when we're watching scary movies, I'm like, why would you even do that? That was the most ridiculous thing in the world. And then, you know, it just kind of insults you because it's like, okay, we definitely know how we would get out of the situation. But what if you had somebody that does everything right and they're still placed in a situation where it's like, okay, what do you do next if you've done everything correct, you know? So that's why I tried to make her a little bit smarter.
Yeah, well, it worked well, and she was good. And
Thank you.
She
Yeah,
was believable.
she's a great actress. Shout out to Macy May Cowart. She played Karen, and I don't know if you guys got the Easter egg from the name, but she was kind of supposed to act like, you know, the typical Karen stereotype of like, you know, the middle-aged or a little bit younger white woman who, you know, just is very aggressive and just doesn't take no for an answer. Even when she calls 911, you hear the 911 operator ask, "It's a black man?" Like she kind of didn't hear her. Like, it's a black man? Are you sure he's not just minding his own business? You know, just based off of all the things that are going on in 2020. How, you know, just throwing those little tidbits of Easter eggs in there, even when she's banging on the door, "Let me in, you're not effing wearing a mask." Like, you know, she's just going off on the dude. He's just like sitting here with his phone in his hand, like, yeah, that sucks for you. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because it's like, you want to act like that? Well, you're just gonna have to stay out there then. So just get those little societal Easter eggs.
No, that was great actually. Okay, what was the biggest challenge you encountered on WAM apart from the weather? And
So
maybe
does everybody have weather problems when they come on? Like at least once?
Well, yeah, I did on my last short film. Obviously, we were supposed to plan the escape on the last day, and obviously, like a lot of things went wrong. We're missing light.
I literally think no matter what you do, if you ever decide to make a film, the weather will be like, "Oh, you're making a film on that day? Bet. I'll be there." You know what I'm saying? Like, we literally had it rain on us probably 3 times, and we had to reschedule multiple times. Like I said, once again, shout out to my cast and crew because they were trying their best to be as flexible as possible because we had to move the date back 3 different times because of rain. But I mean, I guess the hardest thing was just shooting outside in the dark. It's way more difficult than you would imagine, because one, I mean, we're in, like, it's not really a forest, it was more of a neighborhood, but the way he had it set up, there was this guy who actually built a path in like just a forest by himself, and it took him like 3 years, and thank you to him for letting us use his kind of like his handmade, or what do you call it, man-made trail. But shooting out in the dark is really difficult. Everybody had flashlights. I had to make sure that everybody had reflective vests I mean, you can watch the BTS on there too, but you can see like we're all like reflective. We're all trying to shine lights. I mean, even with the lights that we had, the LED lights for the film, we had to conserve batteries because we only had, so much batteries. So whenever, we weren't filming, those lights would either be off or, we were moving pretty quick, but at the same time, it's just hard. It's scary because you're shooting a scary movie out in the middle of the forest at night. There's animals making noise. There are huge spider webs everywhere. You just gotta be careful. It's just I made sure my cast and crew knew that 100% before we started filming that there would be wildlife and that it would be dark and that we would have to be as safe as possible. But we got it done and nobody got hurt for the most part. So as far as I know.
Okay.
So that's our next movie. So we're doing a film crew in the dark forest that they're filming a horror movie, but it turns real.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be interesting. It's kind of like almost like a reverse Blair Witch kind of. Yeah.
Did your slasher, your murderer in the movie add a bad tendency to be close to you without you noticing?
You know what? Nah, he was probably like the least scary thing there. He was super funny the whole time. He's very chill. He's very easy to like direct. He gave us no problems. I anytime I'd look back at him and it'd be dark, I'd be like, I feel safe. Especially with this huge bodybuilding, guy, and then he's already got this foam bat. I felt safe.
With the foam bat. That's
perfect. The foam bat.
Yeah, bring the bear. I don't care. I have him.
Yeah, we've got him. We got a him.
What would be your top 3 movies of all time?
All right, number 1 would probably have to be, just because it's the first thing that comes to mind anytime someone asks me my favorite movie. It's probably gonna have to be I Am Legend. It's really probably it's just such engraved in my brain. I think anytime, like even it's definitely probably gonna be I Am Legend. It's gonna be a top 1. Number 2, damn, it would probably be. I'm gonna stick with the horror genre, not necessarily because if we're talking about every film, I'd be here for ages. But for horror, yeah, I Am Legend, and then Hereditary is probably top 2. It's such a good horror film.
This is a movie when I went outside, I was just like, holy shit.
Yeah,
it stays with you.
Same, it definitely stayed with me. But just in a good way too. At first it was bad, and then over time, me just actually learning more about what the story really meant, and looking past all the actual demonic, crazy stuff. It's actually a really interesting story, and it was so well directed. And then number 3. Man.
Get Out.
Yeah, we're asking your favorite movies, not the movies you think are the best. That's a slight difference,
right?
Because
I would say Hereditary is definitely one of my favorites, but I also think it's one of the best in horror. So it's just kind of got both. It's holding both of those spots.
When they went when she took her head outside of the car, we're just like, won't do it. They will never do that. They won't do that, and it happens, and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, that was crazy. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm weird, so like I guess it's one of my defense mechanisms. But I kind of laughed. I remember I was with my girlfriend, and we were watching it in the theater, and I remember it happened, and I kind of went like, oh, like I just didn't expect it. It just blew my mind. There's a scene in Annabelle Creation where she gets hit by a car too, and I did the exact same thing. You just don't expect those things. So I kind of laugh. I don't know. I'm not weird, I promise.
Did you watch Annabelle Come Home?
Yes, I did. I've seen all of them.
I think it's the best one.
Yeah, it's a weird scale for those. It just depends on who's directing it for me. But I don't know. I guess I would say the third one, I guess it would be Get Out if we're in the same category. It's one of those things that's also kind of stuck with me. It's just a good film overall. Just how he tells the story is just really, it's such a unique film. So
Okay, there's Emilio asking actually if we've seen any of Crypt TV's horror films and shows, and if so, what's our favorite monster or short? To be honest, I haven't watched any Crypt, or I did and I never noticed it. That's a possibility. I watched so many films. But what about you, Bobby? Because I know Dylan didn't watch any.
Yeah. You know the
Um,
answer for me, guys. So
I have seen so many of Crypt TV's shorts. I would say probably one of the best ones that I've seen that I still go back and watch sometimes. It's called The Thing in the Apartment. It is really, really good. It's
So,
like 15
Francis
minutes.
is going to look it up, and he's gonna.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, watch it after you stay with us for the live. But The Thing in the Apartment, it's really good.
The thing in the park. Perfect. Yeah, that's on my list tonight. Okay. Okay, so actually, did you have any other question, Dylan, or we can show the next movie?
Well, we can go to the next. So, you want to show which one, Eden or Cycle?
We'll go with Eden. I didn't watch. Did I watch it? I watched so many. Yeah, I probably watched it. Well, we'll go with Eden first, because it's really good. I liked it.
Okay, so up next, Eden by Bobby Coston. Let's play this.
Bro, can y'all come on? Because I really gotta be at work in the
Oh
morning.
my god, nigga, just call in like any regular person.
You really need to go to Alcoholics Anonymous because you this close.
Man, fuck you. What are you, my dad? Nah, you know, it was definitely time to leave. I can't believe you tried to fight KP, man.
bruh.
Fuck KP. And his girl was all up on me.
You know that's his wife, right?
And she was just trying to get back the bottle that you took out her hand. Man, he can get these hands. Y'all was lucky y'all stopped that shit. Hey, I ain't KP, dog. You looking at me like you
What's up? Boy, you ain't got no hate.
What happened in high school,
You ain't got no hate. Come on, bro. What's up?
Come on, bro.
Come on. Yeah.
I'm too drunk for all this shit,
Yeah,
man.
see,
Come on,
if
man.
I wasn't,
Let's get
I'll
into the
beat
car
your
chase.
ass. Nah, you ain't gonna beat nobody.
I'm throwing all of y'all right now. You know what? Unlock the goddamn door. Alright, man, just wait. Okay. You always be so drunk and shit, man. Damn, man. Just wait. We all loud as hell. Got people sleeping. Whew. Yo, I can't find my key. What? Hey, y'all hold up. I'm finna go. I think I left my key outside. I'll be right back. I think I left my key. Don't leave me. Man, you know what? They just don't make butts like they used to, man. Let me see. Damn, she bad.
She was at the crib, too.
She's at the crib? She got a sister?
Hey, handsome. Can I use your phone? I think I lost mine.
What's up, beautiful? It's a little cold out here. What, you need a ride? Oh, baby, so what's up? Man, I'm about to go check on DJ before somebody think he homeless.
DJ? 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 Jason! Jason! Elliot! Elliot! Elliot!
Is that your friend?
What the hell is she?
Questions that will be answered very soon.
Oh yeah, that's what you're working on. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's okay, so there's no spoilers coming.
Yeah, so if anybody's wondering and they want more, there's more definitely coming. 100%.
So that's what you're working on, to do a series, right?
Trying to hopefully turn it into a series. Yeah, that's the goal.
But you
A
killed
limited series.
You killed your Kevin Hart.
I did,
Oh my
but he may not be fully dead.
Oh.
Okay, no,
Not
he's probably dead. He's probably dead after that.
Honestly, my first impression is I didn't like it as much as WAM, but
It's completely understandable.
okay. So go and
Because you don't like horror, so that was way more horror than WAM. That was way. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. When I was editing this film, and I finally did the special effect with the mouth and everything like that. When I was putting together the sound effects, and I watched it I think I watched it by myself in this room, lights off, everything. It was like late at night, and I remember it scaring the crap out of me that I had to go like in my room, like my actual bedroom, and I was like telling my girlfriend like, yeah. This is gonna be good because my heart is beat through my chest. Like it's yeah. I can understand why some people were dislike because it almost made me pee my pants. So,
Well, Emilio, there's actually a good thing to know about the Kevin Hart looking guy. Yeah, he did a stand-in for Kevin Hart at one of his comedy special, right?
yeah, I think so. So yeah, so hopefully you'll be seeing like maybe the back of his head or something on one of Kevin Hart's stand-ups, which is really exciting.
Okay. Well, so yeah, someone pointed out again. you said it.
Hey.
Monica says the special effects is crazy, and she's also asking how long did Eden take to film?
She knows. It probably took maybe a week. I moved fast. It probably took a little bit less than
a
that,
week of shooting. So you did 5 days straight.
No, the shooting only took 7 hours, 6-7 hours from 8 p.m. or 7 p.m. all the way about 5 a.m. So,
Okay, so
probably
you did
a lot more.
You did the day and with
All day. And then editing all together probably took a week. So that's with just regular editing, like just putting the cut together, the rough cut, and then actual VFX editing probably took maybe a couple hours to do that effect. It wasn't a very crazy effect, very simple. It just looks crazy.
You just went to Video Copilot and followed the tutorial.
I wish I could just like literally download an asset and just like drag it on.
No, it's not an asset. I'm not saying it's an asset.
Oh, well,
I'm saying it's like let me go and get that. Like the
I wish. I wish. It was more like watch a YouTube video, pull up After Effects and watch the YouTube video while I'm copying everything he's saying and doing this and then tweaking this here and there, making this look a little bit better here, and then boom. That was
I'm not going to show too much of it because I don't want to get a copyright strike, but
look how old it is.
yeah,
that's true.
that's like the
This is like
old
the
After
original.
Effects.
Exactly. So that goes to show you that, I mean, older stuff can still can still show you a little something. Yeah, you can do all kinds of just stuff. Man, I watched this video so many times. It's crazy. It's like you're zooming through it, but I can hear in my head what he's telling me to do.
Yeah. And it's always his super nice voice. Here,
Yeah,
Andrew
like,
Kramer
super
here.
cool. Oh, that's why you said Video Copilot, because it is by Video Copilot. That's right. Yeah, man. I don't know why I didn't know that, because I watched the videos probably 70 times. Literally just had it on replay.
Misting Wolf says really good. I don't like too much horror neither, but this was done well. So yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Like I said, this is my first one too. This is my first fully directed. I actually had a crew because I didn't really have all this gear whenever we first shot it. So I had a crew, and they kind of supplied the gear and they came through hard. Once again, had an amazing cast and crew. The three guys. So it was me. It was Benjamin Abiola, which is who everybody thinks is Kevin Hart, and then it was Charles Breaks III, and we've made multiple things together. Us three, every time Benjamin would come down, because he's actually based out in California, we would literally just try our best to make as much content as possible. And this was one of those days where it was my turn. It was my turn to have my idea, and look what happened. It just blew up.
Yeah, that's a great film. Actually, I think you have the space to create something really good and be among those, because I got the feel actually you have some, I don't know how to say that, which I think you will become something in the industry.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, so a lot of people really wanted more out of the story. I still get comments daily. Why isn't it longer? I want a part 2. Like make it a feature film. So that's the only reason why I tried so hard to expand the story to the extent that I did. So I'm excited for everybody to see more of it in time.
Well, if they refuse or anything, we could always help you with the Kickstarter. We can always try that.
Hey, I'll probably need you guys regardless if that's the case.
There are a few things that we can help with, and we're always doing some kind of offers to our guests like this. But anything you need help with live streaming, I'm your guy.
Definitely, I appreciate that. Yeah,
so
I mean, I will definitely take you guys up on that, regardless of the outcome. So,
and I think we did a decent job with our Kickstarter. So just
it was the #1 film, right?
Yeah, we were the number one film while the Kickstarter was live in the world.
Really?
Yeah, actually, Shadow of the Conqueror, which is the poster I have in the back over there.
I do know the poster, and I've heard of the film, but I didn't know your Kickstarter was so crazy. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I did see the video on you guys' channel of the kind of Kickstarter campaign thing, and I saw how big that was. So hey, just
it wasn't
for email.
It wasn't as big as I would have liked, but
hey, I know what you wanted. You wanted at least to make like a $6 million budget goal.
Yes, something like that. But
yeah, just a little shy.
Yeah, a few $100,000 shy.
Yeah.
But that's enough to make it, and then that's enough to make it really good, because we're still over what we needed. So
yeah,
that's a good part.
I mean, hey, like I said,
we're over what we budgeted when I had a 5-page script.
Yeah, that's what happens when you put me in charge of a script. I can't keep that at 5.
No, hey, I mean, hey, if you guys can make it past a goal, I mean, regardless of what you guys have, I mean, at least at that point in time, you have more than enough to make it bigger than what you initially thought. Like I said, if we even had a budget for some of these films, just imagine.
Yeah, exactly. And this is the nice part, the good part of what we do. I think actually being able to create something with nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the hardest thing to do,
Again,
and
with nothing.
well,
And okay, so just I don't know how much you know about Shadow of the Conqueror. Let's just talk a bit about Shadow of the Conqueror. I know it's not the Everfans show, but let's do it anyways. So we got 120,000 minus the cut of Kickstarter minus taxes. So let's say a flat 100,000. And we have a 15-page script.
yeah.
Is that it? So, what the budget looks like right now? About 20% of the budget goes to travel.
Really?
20% of the budget goes to food, and then 20% goes to costume, and then
Only
20%.
Well, we don't have many characters, so.
Oh, I was about to say, I would have thought your art department cost would have been.
And
like
yeah, the other 20% is accessories and things like that, and sets. Sorry.
Oh, yep, true.
So-
Because you got to build a lot of stuff too.
And then the rest, so the last 20% that's left is everything else.
Okay, so you guys evened it out exactly, pretty much.
So it's
Well, that's really dope, man. Congratulations.
well, I'm not trying to get congratulations. I'm just saying that nobody's getting
still.
paid on that, even though we have
Yeah, exactly.
such a big budget. Because
Even then, it's so difficult to try to get any type of funding for anything for a film, let alone 100K.
Yeah,
So,
right. Actually,
yeah, congratulations.
in Quebec, like we all know as filmmakers that our movies are what costs less usually and makes more, because it's the unknown. It's scary. People are intrigued by our movies. In
so
Quebec,
you can
they
just
don't
not
want...
show anything and be like, okay,
Yeah.
the reaction of the actor is gonna drive
Exactly.
everything.
And but in Quebec, if you try to get funding for horror films, they actually just give you a finger and say nope.
Really? Oh, so
Yeah.
Well,
they don't do
I'd s-
horror at all.
There was one that was only one film, and it's called Affamé. It's the first horror film that I know has been founded. But apart from that, pretty much everyone else is turned down.
yeah, but you have to understand that in Canada, films are funded by the government,
Yeah, I know.
not by private companies.
I do know there are some states here that will give you like kind of grants depending on how big their film community is. Like out in Dallas, we have a pretty well-known size film committee. Nothing like California, Hollywood, or Atlanta, but there are states that are just like willing to be like, hey, yeah, get us more popularity, put us on the map. We'll take a grant. I actually just recently knew about that from a friend. I didn't even know that was something possible.
So in the comment, John, if you do it in the UK, you can stay in my mom's spare room. Yeah, there's about 7 of us. So that
Make
would
it work.
happen.
We'll make it work.
A couple beds. Emilio said, I wouldn't have thought the cost of food would be handled by people's personal incomes. If it were that way, Emilio, movies would be cheaper.
Yeah, but it's also the fact that if you're not paid to go and work on a film, you don't want to have to pay for your food and for your travel as well.
Yeah,
Dude,
exactly.
you're volunteering to work on a project. I'm not gonna make you pay your own food and make you
And
pay
then
your own
starve you,
travel as
yeah.
well. That's a bit. So
It's
the
kind of like a kick
minimum,
to the low
the
section.
minimum in film, and that's what we were saying with Bobby earlier, is that when you're doing a short film with a low budget, you're paying food for everyone, always. And in the big movies, the big industry, so there are unions. So they're in the States and English Canada, it's YATSE, the union, and based on their rules, the producer has to give the food to all of the employees. And if they don't provide food directly, they need to pay an additional amount for the amount of time the employee is on set for them to get food. And if the shoot is outside of metropolitan areas, they also need to pay an extra amount for them to go there.
And the other reason why you always pay food to your crew is because you don't want people to wander around and not be there when you start shooting again. Because this happens all the time. Even when you pay food, you have to run after people.
Yeah.
It's like a kindergarten, at sometimes.
That's why having a good assistant director and a good production assistant, like people who literally their main job is keeping everybody, they're like the sheepdog, like keeping everybody in one spot, like herded, like on the mic, where you at? We need you to set, we need you over here, we need you on camera, kind of do it like that. That's exactly why those people are so important.
Another big factor is the fact that film days can go up to 16 hours easily. I've often done 16-hour days on film. And when you have people that work 16 hours on a day, you don't want them to be complaining about food. And if you have 5 days a week, 16-hour days, and it can even go to 10 days straight. I think the max the unions permit is 10 days straight of work, 16 hours per day. You can go up to 18. I've done 18-hour days, but
and those days are ridiculous.
When you have
ridiculous.
30, 50, 60, 100 people working 16-hour days, 10 days straight, you don't want them to be in a bad mood.
Yeah,
that's
people
the
are in a bad
one
mood
thing
when
you
you're
don't
hungry.
want them to.
Someone's gonna go up to the camera and just be like, "This." And just the camera
The other
stomp
thing
on it.
is how much a film costs. A film set costs to run when you're on a big set, and every minute on set costs a few $1,000s because of the rented equipment, of the rented set, of the actors, of the techs. I've already heard someone saying, we're waiting for you, and every minute is costing $3,000.
That sounds so painful.
Move. You don't want to be the one that
On the other
people
side
are
of
waiting
that.
for on a set.
Yeah.
For Misting Wolf, actually, there's only one director on Shadow of the Conqueror. It's me. Bobby is a director, but he's doing his own project in Texas.
Nah, don't listen to what he's saying. I'm the second director on Shadow of the Conqueror. They just haven't announced it yet.
Oh shit! You did?
Second
God
unit.
damn it,
Second
always-
unit. We don't have anything for you to
Okay.
shoot, but yeah, we'll find something.
I'll just be in the background, just sitting there, just eating the chips.
Well, if you can get me like the wannabe Kevin Hart, maybe.
I'll look into my contacts and see what I can do.
Okay, so let's get back on track. I've done my rant of the day, so
So let's go with the third movie.
okay, so let's go to Cycle. So another horror film, by Bobby. So let's go right now.
What are you doing? Daddy, I'm scared.
Show me your hands!
Police killing of a black man.
The death of a black man.
Black man killed by Minneapolis.
that are trapped in bad situations. One of the problems is
So, Bobby, do you ever film in daytime?
Obviously not. I mean, we started like a little short series that we haven't been able to finish due to Corona, but that was in daytime. So yeah, I guess a little bit, just a little bit.
So actually, I've been meaning to ask the whole show, and I keep forgetting because we talk about something else. But I-88, when did you found it? Fun.
Yeah, when was it founded? A couple of months before Eden dropped, so probably like September, I would say, of 2019.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool. And apart from all the movies you've made and everything, did you add like corporate contract and stuff coming from your movies on YouTube?
I wish. Or wait, what do you mean by corporate contracts?
Well, being hired for to create a publicity or something like that.
I wish eventually, but no, not yet.
Well, anyway. We're doing it for
tables open.
Tables open. Well, you know now, Emilio, Miss Ting, John, if you need a publicity.
Right. Go and come to us, not to Bobby.
Well, you can go to Bobby. He's actually
like I said,
he's second director. So,
but I'll be in the back eating chips. Remember that. So if you need me,
he's gonna be there.
Listen
if
for
you
the
want
crunching.
the chips, go to Bobby.
Yeah, that's what I'll be there for.
He's gonna distribute chips.
I'll be like,
okay.
So yeah. Go ahead.
I'm just saying because it's 9 p.m. and we haven't eaten yet here, so my girlfriend is gonna kill me if we don't.
We gotta hurry.
So just if you want to, if you have a few other questions, Francis, you can go ahead. But
no, well, I went around on pretty much everything. There's one thing I've been thinking about doing, which is a kind of a horror movie over Zoom, but like where actually everyone would film his piece like it's Zoom, but we're not going to shoot with Zoom, obviously.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to do that with. Actually, I'm going to reach to pretty much every people that we add on the show, so that everyone can shoot their very own clip. If you're interested.
Yeah, definitely, man. Email me the details. I would highly recommend if you have a Shudder account. If not, Shudder, the streaming service like horror. It's literally a streaming service for just horror films. But there is a film on there called Host, and it is a very decently made horror movie, basically over Zoom. So.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look actually.
Something like to help the idea
it's
process.
Yeah, it's something that I've been wondering if I wanted to get it or not, Shudder, because I've looked at what they had and I was just like, man, not sure. But,
do a month and watch as much as you can, and then that's it. That's what I did. Did a month and watched like as many of the good, pretty much all the good ones, and then if I want it again, I'll just buy it again for a month.
Yeah, I might do that actually,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna go look for sure at the Zoom inspired movie.
Yeah,
for sure. So anyway, thanks for being here.
Of course, thank you guys for having me.
The offers are on the table for whether you need help on the Kickstarter, another stream. The offer is there, and I'm gonna email you for sure for something like horror that we could do, multiple directors in our home corner.
Please
of the world. And so thanks again, and Have a good night.
So
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna go with my conclusion.
Yeah,
Again, thanks Bobby for being here. Thanks everyone for listening in. I'm gonna go back to our sponsor message. So if you want to get yourself your Roman miniatures, right now it's 65% off. So go and get it. Link in the description below.
And there are so many. So many.
It's 83 pack. But before that, Francis also has the guests for the next two filmmaking with ready for us. So do you want to introduce them, Francis?
Yeah. Give me a sec, because this is the worst part of me in life is that I have a really shitty memory for names. Really bad. I have so many names in mind anyway. Spencer Keller, sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I had Isaac Carlton, but he was here a month ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, Spencer Keller, which is our next guest in 2 weeks. Actually, pretty creepy movie. So it's going to be interesting. Also, someone that has his very own production company, and we'll probably have a couple of good stories to share with us too. So encourage everyone to be there in 2 weeks time.
And there's also Tristan.
Yeah, Tristan,
Terrier.
which Terrier, exactly. Yeah, I know his name on YouTube is Tristan TA. You can actually go look him up if you want. Tristan TA. He has a couple of shorts, actually pretty good shorts. He does them with his friends. I think mostly because they're pretty young. Well, they look pretty young, but for his age, actually, the quality of the movies are really interesting. He's more in the sci-fi genre, so no horror in a month.
He's gonna be here on December 11th, so in a month.
Yep.
And one last thing, because we are still preparing for our Christmas episode of Filmmaking With. So if you guys have any Christmas shorts that you want to suggest to us, please send them in the comments below. We would love to see Christmas shorts, and we will get in contact with the directors of these shorts to have them on the show for the Christmas special.
And
So
it should be a fun time. Oh, you might have one. Nice.
Yeah, hopefully so. Hopefully within in the next couple of weeks, yeah.
Oh, cool. That would be great, because Christmas special means multiple guests, probably a 2-hour long show. So it's going to be nice, and it's something that I actually don't enjoy that much. So it's going to be fun for once to have Dylan talk more and me being like, yeah.
So you can close, Francis.
So, yeah. So thanks for being here, guys, and have a good night.